Hello, my name is Kiara Gasper, and this week I'm going to be discussing the 4 models of presentation speaking. One, I would like to start with manuscripted. Manuscripted is very detailed, clearly communicated, very very heavy on eye contact speech model. It is commonly used within presentations of news shows, television, and political messages. Commonly, it's a lot of preparation. You're reading off of a script, and that's exactly how it goes. It's no audience engagement. It's just to communicate a message. An example of this would be you watching the news. That is an example of a manuscripted presentation. Second, I would like to talk about a memorized presentation, which takes a lot of preparation going into that because one is only relying on the recall of their brain. So that is you remembering your speech key by key by key. That is remembering everything without any scripts or notes. Just like manuscripted, it is heavy on eye contact, clearly communicated, and doesn't engage with the audience as much as other speech models would. A example of a memorized presentation would be me giving a speech or a presentation on the lymphatic system or the cardiovascular system. I would probably rely on a lot heavily on my recall because a lot of that information you just memorize and you know it. So you go off of just your script because you're not looking for any type of dialogue with your audience. Number 3, I am going to talk about an impromptu model. Impromptu is someone basically, it follows some key structures like the manuscripted and memorized models. It goes from the introduction, body points, and conclusion, but it is very casual, heavy on eye contact, but relies heavily on the audience engagement to be able to have that kind of dialogue back and forth about the topics. It's still structured, and it still takes little to no preparation, unlike the other 2 models I just stated previously about. A example of a impromptu presentation would be more so along the lines of a conversation of me getting up within a work meeting and asking for my thoughts on something. That would be an impromptu kind of presentation, because when you're getting up and you're speaking your piece, you go from introduction, body points, and then your conclusion. That would be the same as if I would get up to speak at a work meeting. It's very casual. It's not very heavily relied on any preparation. I'm basically winging it on a impromptu model for presentation. And last and final, I'm going to be discussing the extemporaneous speech method. Still a tricky word for me, but it relies heavily on balance. That is a balancing act between preparation and spontaneous. So it pulls a little of the impromptu into it, but still has a little of the manuscripted, because you're still going off of a well balanced presentation and preparedness. So you're very prepared, and it takes a lot of time to prepare for that, but you still are improving improving and it's still spontaneous. So the improv too comes in to where you have that ability to have the flexibility with your audience and have that dialogue with your audience, so you can encourage that critical thinking in your audience, and they're not listening to respond, they're actively listening to understand you and have input on the presentation as well. Just so you're encouraging that critical thinking. An example of that would be me doing a speech for school as well, because it often is used in academics and professionally. It's the best because like I said, it is a balancing act, and commonly it's used in the presentation, the academic and the work world, the academic and professional settings, because it's the best method. It's the best method, and it encourages your audience to be able to engage and either or agree or disagree or have that. It just encourages active thinking and clear dialogue amongst one another. So that's why I think it is the best. And an example of that would be me talking amongst my peers on a presentation for school. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoyed my video. Have a nice day.